Yo, what is up, guys? So with everything going on with Rooster Teeth right now, uh, Jason Waite, the main writer, or maybe he was even the only writer for season 17, has released uh, his original scripts for season 17, along with his ideas for season 18 and some preliminary stuff for it before Zero happened. So I thought we should go over them. Not the 17 stuff, because I think a lot of it is kind of common knowledge. And frankly, there's only two scripts. But the season 18 stuff, I think, is interesting to see where the show could have gone if Zero didn't exist. I think Zero was good direction wise in terms of focusing away from the Reds and Blues, uh, because I think that's where the show should have gone after 17, with miniseries as well. Like I think they should have did one more season with the Reds and Blues, or like a couple miniseries with the Reds and Blues before Zero, and or moving on to a new cast. And that seems like what this season 18 was gonna be, where they tie shit up. Hopefully that's what Restoration ends up being. Is it ties everything up in a nice way, and maybe the RvB IP can live on outside of Rooster Teeth, and we get like spin-offs or something with new casts. That'd be my ideal world. But let's get into the season 18 ideas by Jason Waite. So the first one is titled Sarge is Bisexual. The guys have always known. Sarge. Right, well, I was sure you'd stop respecting me. Why would you think that? It's the future. Nobody's homophobic. Jesus Christ, watch less 20th century movies. So I came out already? Yeah. It's funny that. Oh, Donut's there, though? Does Donut's back? Oh, thank God. What a load. I mean, I can't dance. I don't know a thing about clothing and techno. I have to like techno. Do I look like a 10,000 Germans in a field? Donut, for God's sake, come explain what coming out means to Sarge. How the hell would I know how to come out? What do you mean? Well, I don't know. I just know it's not whatever Sarge just described. Donut, you're gay. Yeah, you're a gay guy. What? Donut, must you come out of the closet right this second? Let me have my moment. You guys think I'm gay? Yeah. What gave you that idea? 'Cause I'm passionate about aesthetics? Stereotype much. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is an awesome interaction. Something I would totally expect. Bye then, Donut. There's more space in the closet than out right now. Nope, wait, have none of you ever asked me, like, questions? Okay, well, I'll go then. Do you ask people questions, or do you just talk about yourselves all day? Too real. Not that it's anyone's business, but I'm not sexually attracted to anyone. What about all the passes I've seen you make at me? You wish. I can't handle this at all. None of this is real. This is a hoax. Very funny, Donut. Hey, where'd Sarge go? Carolina's scene where she sees Sarge upset and is like, oh, you finally came out, huh? Oh, God. That was such a great scene. Griff calls dibs. Okay, so this thing sleeps 10,000 crew. We each got roughly 700 living quarters. So if your bed's too hard or too soft, just keep looking. So when's breakfast served? Oh God, I forgot the waffles. I could totally see Caboose saying that. I was kidding. It's good to see Wash back up. I'm so excited for Restoration to see what happens with it, man. I'm gonna make some modifications. No, I want to be useful. Please, I need this. And I need life support systems. See how there's a conflict? And another thing is Grimmins was meant to be made canon. So, this probably is what made Q versus A get made. That series of shorts with Griffin Simmons. So maybe some of the Grimmins jokes at least survived into this timeline, but I guess I'll read this. Simmons watches a starfighter escort them through the window. After a moment, from his POV, his thumb and forefinger pinch it. Explosion noises. Enter Griff. Dick, my neck is fucking killing me. I'm not used to Griff calling him Dick. Uh-huh. I think it's the work, working too much. Sims is trying not to look interested. Do you drink coffee when you work? Mostly as a vehicle for cream, but yeah, why do you want to know that? Forget it. Magnesium. What? Caffeine impairs magnesium absorption. I got wicked backache from peeling potatoes till I switched to decaf. Why don't I know that you get backaches? Why would you? They stare out the window silently. You know that's the longest conversation we've had in a year. So you can't read body language, huh? I don't have to be your friend, okay? It's easier if I'm just not. You're such a nerd. Why do you take every little fucking thing so serious? Look at disbelief from Simmons. Griff avoids it. We used to be pretty close. Through the window, two escorts in formation, symmetry. It's because when the Tower of Procreation was activated, we had sex with each other. Yeah, we need to see that. They mentioned that in Q vs. A too. I think it'd be funny if we saw it, like, in a simulation that Epsilon was running in Restoration. Or we just, like, see Epsilon's reaction to it. I think that'd be funny. Because I think the simulations will get mentioned in Restoration. Like, they're not just going to be completely non-canon, shoved off like people think. Anyway. I knew you'd be weird about it. Enter sister. What are you guys talking about? Nothing? Simmons thinks oral counts as sex. Simmons is right. Let me feel weird. Okay, if theoretically a magic spell made me and Simmons perform sex acts on each other. Hey, does it count as should Simmons be weird about it? Oddly specific. No, I don't think so. I don't think it counts. In fact, it'd be pretty fucked up, theoretically. Thank you. You don't know. But from what I hear, it was called the Temple of Procreation, i.e. reproduction. Griff and Simmons look at each other confused. What you saying? I'm saying whatever happened in that storage closet had nothing to do with that heterosexual temple energy. And if, say, you two were already in love with each other, it would sure make things weird if you were compelled to screw before even really confessing your feelings. And maybe you think you feel weird about the temple because of his creepy sex magic, but in truth you wanted to do it because you did it. Maybe you did it because you thought you'd never get to again. Maybe you were on the same page. Maybe because you're in a weird macho military unit where being square is so at the forefront, all call each other by last names. Griff, Simmons, you're not allowed your own feelings. Hey Simmons, buddy, you're looking red. That's just his armor. Being tough means comforting shit. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Being tough means confronting shit, especially if you're scared of it. Walks away. Food for thought. Yeah. I don't know how I actually feel about Grimmins, but I think it'd be good as, in the last season, having it as a running joke. But now we have the actual season 18 plans. So this is where it gets really interesting. So basically, the season was going to be a pure comedy season, basically, at least to start. And it would focus on the characters and their relationships, which was definitely the way to go. It's even titled Resolution, as in it would tie everything up. Okay, I'll read everything now. Basics. The main aim was to introduce a new 4-character team, all from Wash's meta evac detail for season 19, passing the baton. So it was always the plan to move on to new characters, and like I said, I think that's the right choice. The gang would be educating this team, incrementally giving their approval, and in turn having them look up to the Reds and Blues. A well-liked public figure is established. This lays the groundwork for a season 19 antagonist, the beloved president of the UNSC, secretly long dead, but still walking around, puppeted by a renegade AI possessing their armor. I don't know how to feel about that, because where would the AI come from? If it was like related to the aliens and Santa, that's definitely a direction that I even see Restoration going. I see Restoration dealing with like Santa and all that, fitting that into Sigma and whatever he's doing. But the villain's aim is to manipulate humanity into a new great alien war. Yeah, so it probably was related to Santa and everything. Neutralizing the aliens' potential threat despite a long-standing peace. During the season, we get dispatches from Donut, a cosmic tourist since season 17, about rising rhetoric accusing Chorus of defecting to the alien cause. This sounds so interesting. We open on Wash being airlifted to Iris for a long recovery. This time everyone's pitching in. The season sets itself primarily here, centering around Wash's healing. We busy the gang with their own approaches to this, which is itself a vector for assuring assets and internal conflicts for our new cast to have, resolve, and later draw from. Okay. The gang tie up their personal character arcs from season 15 to present, with each personal breakthrough serving as inspiration for Wash to grow, to face and accept what's happened, and to tie the group together so that their permanent retirement is believable. So yeah, they were going to permanently retire, and that's great. To move on from them and just give them closure. I'm just surprised they didn't go with the original chorus cast for their successors. At the season's end, the Medivac team set off home, unknowingly right into harm's way, as news comes from Zdona that the UNSC have raised the public support necessary for them to invade Chorus. Some markers. Wash is not healthy, but everyone's acceptance of that fact is. With the help of Sister using their experience at Temple of Procreation, Griff and Simmons are unhappy to learn they're gay. As is the future, nobody cares. Ooh, if he could still have Grave voice Locust, he would have had Locust redeem himself and expose the villain and die. This could form an action-heavy B plot. Whoa, that would have been cool, because then, like, okay, why didn't they do that? If Torian wanted to do action, why didn't they just have him do the Locust B plot? Like, I hope some of this stuff, because it had to have been submitted to RT, right? So I hope some of this stuff makes it into Restoration, with Jason Waite being credited, of course. Because all this sounds really interesting with the alien war, Locust. Because the alien war is the only plot thread that I could really see going anywhere. And the stuff with Sigma that Bernie will touch on. But those are the only things left. And like the gods and stuff from 17. All that stuff. If they were to tie that up, then yeah, you could really move on to a new cast. The Medivac team, who balked at the shit show of dysfunction on Iris, come to view the Reds and Blues as a tight, loving, supportive group anyone would be lucky to be a part of. Arguably, this is more important than the Reds and Blues approving of the new team. The new team admire the Reds and Blues. Alright. Pizza skit. So this is just another skit. Griff has been capitalizing on how much the world owes him. Doc, as part of his mandated penance, Ghost wrote the Reds and Blues adventures, and now they live in relative comfort. Okay, but the craze is short-lived. Doc overestimated how popular it was. I love war because, well, I have to. Every bullet that skims by my head must be welcomed, asked for, or else I would go mad. And with this mindset, I have defeated Supermen, Smugglers, and brought gods to their knees, my son. Now I ask you, does the coupon say 2 pizzas or not. It's expired, sir. You're expired, sir. Did you tell him what the coupon says? Yes, goddammit, I told him what the coupon says. And what'd they say? Sir, if you're not ordering, I'll have to hang up. Alright, Griff, warm up the tank. No. Simmons, undress me in preparation for my war garments. What? Caboose, fetch the Batman costume. Okay. We're declaring war on Sammy Raffaellos. You will reap the whirlwind, and there'll be no explanation on that solemn vow. Get to see Sammy Raffaello's pizza again. Nice. Wait, Sammy Raffaello's? You realize they don't deliver to other planets. Sarge, are you calling collect? No. Hang up. Oh god, my savings. I paid for the Wi-Fi, Caboose pays the Xbox Live subscription. Oh wow, they mentioned Xbox Live. You pay the phone? The phone includes Wi-Fi. Guys, the Wi-Fi just turned off. Sarge, you fucking asshole. How else are we gonna eat? Guys, dinner's nearly ready. Yeah, I hope we see them more in retirement and restoration at least. Okay. Lessons for the season. Oh boy. This is where it gets big. This is just another Grimmins thing. So, oh boy. Move locations all the time. Lean into relationships. Not just tying up old shit, but new developments. Okay. Well-known sayings turned on their owners. Okay. Special weapons with sentimental value. What? At the end of season 17, there's nothing keeping them together anymore. But Iris is free rent, and none of them want jobs especially. Plus, Wash is technically disabled. Yeah, I think they've earned retirement. Griff feels inadequate due to the leadership and talent strength now visible in the others. Receives the call via the meta helmet from Locus, but ignores it. Oh, so this would be another distress call from Locus. Okay. Simmons. Desires the leadership Wash, Tucker, and Donut have had over the group, but doesn't realize it's just power hunger. Mad that he's been telling this to Griff, and Griff passed on a new opportunity for him to lead. Alright, so Simmons wants to be special. That definitely fits him. Sister, having fun stoking Simmons and Griff's insecurities. Ultimate aim is to get everyone using their first names as they're not in the military. I like that. Michael J. Verne. What? Dex, David, Dick, Franklin, and then whatever Sarge and Carolina's names are. Wash knows Carolina's, Simmons knows Sarge's, and she's committed to finding them out. When Sarge has his whiskey behind the fridge moment, he reveals his name, tipping the others off that he's about to die. What? Carolina rehabilitates Wash, super chill now, writing a tell-all book about Project Freelancer. The villain is her biggest fan, because she told him of his own origins, and he's been monitoring her laptop. One of his chief aims is to capture her and learn the ending of the book. Attempts to use Allison to maim his mind. Doesn't work. He read that chapter already. Caboose working with Carolina. Oh, Caboose is working to rehabilitate Wash too? That's awesome. Has war games with all the military equipment he's claimed. Painted Wash's team with his armor colors. Oh, that's sweet. I think like having war games could be like a fun little mini series that the Reds and Blues do. Or like you could do that for like PSAs. Lopez as an elder god, controlling Caboose's war games via the meta helmet. I hope they would address the truth though, and I hope they do that in restoration, like all the truths that Lopez wants to share. Wash is struggling. Switch to his POV as a plot mechanic. Ultimately, he's captured and dismayed at his feeble mind. He resolves to cooperate with Locust to relay intel from inside the belly of the beast. Lopez describes he does describe to witness the birth of the universe, which inspires Caboose to test the limits of his armor in the vacuum of space. Donut is absent, sending postcards, the secret to defeating the villain, in a seemingly innocuous postcard. These pigeons are hilarious. I throw my helmet in the air and they all take flight at once. Fly a Covenant capital ship over the alien cultists, okay. Freak them into leaving. Donut eventually rejoins the fight, because the villain bombed an abandoned garden he found hauntingly elegant, like a dragonfly swooping on a dead robin. The garden must be avenged. Ooh, what about Tucker? After the loneliness of the labyrinth, he found that Junior was in his thoughts. Seeks Junior out for a reunion. Yes, we need to see this in Restoration too. Learns Alien and the two bond. Junior informs Tucker of the political situation. Tucker becomes the Blood Gulch crew's man on the outside when the galactic quadrant is quarantined by the isolationist policies of the villain. Resolves to raise allies to fight back. Nice! That's the Tucker I want to see. Locus is surveying the villain as part of a Rebel Network Inc. Flowers. A Rebel Network including Flowers? Flowers is alive? And then Kimball Gray and Cyrus is there. Okay, why the fuck is Flowers alive though? Oh, probably because of the aliens, right? Gets caught episode 1 ending by his father, the villain's right-hand man, a cruel killer of innocents. Locust says the Dead Man Switch will tell his network that the leadership has been infiltrated, that they should attack. Villain retorts that's exactly what he wants. What else could gather all his enemies in one place? The triplets are here. Appeal to the Blood Gulch crew. Explain what's happening. Nobody believes them. But Griff received the call via Locust's Dead Man Switch, via the meta helmets. Dr. Gray turned Rambo by the destruction of her hospital. Okay, maybe we'll see that in Restoration. Sarge, distressed to find he misses Donut, becomes cheerleader for joining the rebellion, not because he's being Sarge, but because nothing gets the gang back together like a good war. Gets into a flight simulator and begins trading. Later, he breaks down when Donut brings him souvenirs. Okay, just lines. Sarge discovers the internet and orders a utility shotgun and sets about crafting unique shells for it, employing Lopez's unique talents as well as his own. Okay. Season concept. What's a bigger problem than omnipotent gods? All of humanity being on the wrong side. Interesting. All of this is very good. All the characters seem like they'd be very in character so far. Now we are going to read about the plot. Okay, so first Act 1, Wash's recovery. The gang decide to make things great for Wash when he wakes up, and put together a congratulations viewer shop party to celebrate the savior of the world. Donut jumps out of a cake. Okay. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'll skim through it. Caboose takes him on a project. Caboose's war games. Caboose has been using the meta helmet to prank call an army depot and threaten the fresh recruit on the front gate in delivering broken vehicles, saying he's establishing Freelancer 2. Lancer's so free you wouldn't believe. And he'd better comply or else. So that's interesting. Freelancer 2. Obviously it's not, but... Iris is now filled with military vehicles. Lopez, now a sort of brand character, is helped out of an intellectual stupor by Caboose when he's asked for help in constructing therapeutic war games for Wash to play. Oh, that's why, for Wash to play. Lopez builds a server, works out how to fix the fried electronics of the vehicles, wires it all to the Meta's helmet, and anyone wearing the helmet can now control the vehicles in the valley. Painting one half of them in Wash's armor colors, so you don't forget which side you are. allows them to play chess. When revealing this to Wash, however, Wash gets confused, seems unappreciative, and then melees Tucker when he goes to confront him. He apologizes and leaves, and when Carolina catches up and asks what happened, we truck into Wash's face and replay the scene from his POV with time skips. Locust and the Rebellion. One source of relief for Wash is the colonies have reached a renewed peace agreement. Okay. Wow, with only Chorus still in negotiations. As the news report plays out, we enter the screen and see our villain exchanging pleasantries with the camera crew after the cut. The president walks away, chats lightheartedly with an advisor, and then sits in his office, turns on a frequency jammer, and makes a mysteriously sounding call. Locust, cloaked, tells the villain he knows what's up. Villain tells Locust that cloaking technology has come from freelancer only to ubiquitous status. Ooh, interesting. It's more widespread. And he's in the most secure room on Earth. Many guards decloak in the room. Locust is apprehended by Cyrus. His dead man switch lets Dylan. Okay, Dylan's still here. Know to send a message to all members of the network to meet. Then there's a knock at her door. The villain has changed the content of the message. Instead of having them engage in surveillance and expose the villain, they're all to meet in one place and choose their next move. A trap. Okay, so yeah, we have the Locust and his group. Once again, why didn't they just do that for 18 and then did the rest later if Torian wanted to do action? I really hope all this stuff makes it, man, in some way into Restoration. Okay, Act 2. Fleeing the destruction of Iris. Next time Wash plays chess, the metal helmet alerts him, along with all veterans and sleeper agents, to the location of the meeting on an old, unused military channel. But he gets lost in the base looking for someone, and forgets to go tell someone. The triplets show up, but are rebuffed with Tucker leading the refusal. Yeah, because they're retired. Wash and Lina catch a ride off them to Chorus as Wash has an appointment with Dr. Gray the next day. Okay, so that's making it into Restoration. We know from the leaks, Wash being with Dr. Gray, so maybe some of this will make it. Suddenly, Iris is bombarded to destroy Freelancer 2 using surface under the Treaty of Sanheli. Oh, so they think it's actually a Freelancer 2. The gang flee and go to Course to pick up Wash and Lana. The gang find Course was bombed. They perform a run to ferry survivors to safety, and the gang retreat to a bar to mourn their friend. What? So did the like Palomo and all them die? Tucker finds a table of Sanghili and asks for a ride. A huge rowdy party of veterans unsettles the Blood Gulch crew, and both parties find themselves ready for a brawl, but for the same reason. The veterans were late to Chorus too. This immediately leads to drunken revelry. Someone says that if it was the old days, they could have commandeered enough material to fight with. Another veteran tells of the massacre at Morphus when the first EMP weapon of the Great War was used by the retreating colonists. Okay, that's so interesting. About with veterans of the Great War and stuff. Like, they probably fought with Locust and Felix, right? Lopez fixed equipment. Locust, Wash, and Lina. Wash and Lina were intercepted, taken captive before Chorus's bombardment. The villain shows a lot of interest in Lina, yeah. She never said what happened to the AI. just as the project was shut down. Locust learns that they're being held in the same facility, with Wash being tortured over Freelancer 2. Locust is taunted with the news that his rebellion was destroyed, and he's all that's left. Tucker and Junior. It's good that Tucker gets an arc. Tucker goes to see Junior just as the colonists' territorial borders are closed. Junior elucidates upon the wider political situation, as he's a minor political figure on Sangheili, as he should be, maybe even a major one too. And Tucker, in a series of broken Duolingo blogs, replies something nonsensical. The Sangheili doesn't want a repeat of the Great War, but isolationism begets nationalism, and nationalism leads to expansion. Tucker and Junior become a bridge between the races, quelling a prospective invasion, instead opting to lead a task force to unseat the villain, deep in human territory, and expose them to the public. However, once they leave, news arrives of the illegal surface bombardments used on Iris and Chorus. The Sangheili must act. So the villain wants to... I'm going to go back to... Yeah, he wants to manipulate humanity into a new great alien war. Oh, so yeah, he wants to take out the aliens entirely. Okay. Act 3. The gang plus the veterans land on Morphus and find so many skeletons. Via montage, we see them get everything up to working order again. The teams all pair up and work together, each plays to their strength. Donut arrives. In Season 16, it's revealed Locust sent an encrypted message, but Griff can't... Yeah, we know that. Part 2, Alien War and Wash. First the meta helmet, then the triplets confirming it. Still the gang refused the call. Bombarded from orbit. The news shows the villain announced the destruction of all military not loyal to the Union colonies, including those stationed in Chorus. And that's it. Wow. Yeah. All of this sounds very interesting. I really hope some of it makes it into Restoration with Jason's permission, because this is just perfect. Tying up stuff with aliens and AI, and just tying up the Reds and Blues stories before they would move on to a new cast. Perfect way to do it. So hopefully that's how Restoration ends up going. I guess we'll see when we get more news next week.